I'll go away. Someday, some way, you'll come and say, it's you I need. And you'll be pleading in vain.
It had to be you, just had to be you. I wandered around finding somebody who
Could make me be true. Oh, make me feel blue. Or even be glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I can see might never be me. Or try to be flawed, but they wouldn't do. But nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still.
had to be you.
Marvelous you.
Had to be you.
All right, let's go. It had to be you. Just had to be you. We wandered around and finally found somebody who nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, then I love you still.
It had to be you.
Wonderful you.
Just had to be you.
Just me and you. Marvelous you. It had to be you. brave people than I am. Father of God, you're up.
We good? One, two. Maybe. Okay. Well, welcome everyone as the father of the bride and the mother of the bride. We welcome you all to this very, very special occasion. Esther and I love a certain musical genius, a certain musical comic genius by the name of Victor Borg. And if you haven't heard any of Victor Borg's stage performances, you need to go Google him and YouTube him or whatever. But Victor Borg will always begin his concert by thanking everyone for coming, and in particular, he will say, I want to thank my parents for making this possible, and for my children for making it necessary. And I want to just take that and tweak it a little. I want to thank William and Esther for making this possible. And also the Lord, the divine providence, for making it necessary. We heard a little bit about providence in the sermon, in the wedding itself. Providence is an amazing thing. It's something that has been very special throughout all our lives. This bride and I met around music, and these two have met around music. We actually met around a piano in a castle in Northern Ireland. That's a long story. You're not going to get that whole story. But it is a wonderful subject of the Lord's perfect providence. There's a word in today's parlance society, or not really a word, it's DEI. And I don't like the current usage of DEI, but I really do love DEI. And I love it on two fronts. I think of it as divine, eternal intent. And then I also think of it as, I know there are certain linguistic scholars among us who know what DEI is in Greek. And DEI in Greek is quite simply the must, the necessity, the divine intent, and it will be done. DEI. And I think that is the divine, eternal intent. And we're gathered here by perfect providence and that divine, eternal intent that these two become one. And we rejoice in that today. Two things I want to say just, I didn't get the opportunity to preach, so I'm going to preach. But two very, very quick illustrations. I have only one wedding joke, and then most folks already have heard it, and certainly Esther and probably William has heard it as well. I used to be a pastor, and I did a number of weddings, and so I had this book of wedding humor, but there was really only one story that I really used again and again, and it concerns the giving away of your daughter. Any men here who are giving away their daughter will acquaint with this. And someone once said that giving away your daughter is like giving a prize Stradivarius violin to a gorilla. She is my prize. No faces, William, no faces. She is my prize. Part of the speech that I did my homework, and to do certain things, I've got to welcome you, and then I've got to say how beautiful my daughter is looking. But you know something? She's not 440. Only a few people get that. She's not 440. Do you understand what I'm talking about, William? Absolutely. 440 is the tuning of the concert pitch A. William, you have a task. As the husband of the bride, the task assigned to you is that of Christ and his church. It's a saving and a sanctifying task. She's a violin, slightly out of tune. Well, we know that anyway. Yeah. But you have got to tune her to 440, or as near as. I don't know much about violin tuning. Where's Anna? He knows this story. I tried to tune Anna's violin, and what happened? Twang! Because if you tune a violin the way I tried to tune a violin, as I would with a guitar, you just toot, 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 and twang. No. Tuning a violin is a very patient, gradual, delicate process. That's your job. To bring Esther to 439. Esther, what's your job? In the garden, there was one thing that was not good. Everything was good. Everything was very good. But it was not good for man to be alone. Esther, your job is to make good what is not good. And you have that task assigned to you. So here we have it, folks. A violin and a gorilla. One is to tune the other to 440, and the other is to make the gorilla look good. Raise your glasses to Mr. and Mrs. Thompson.
I am best man, but I am going to talk more like the father of the room. First of all, ditto. I'm just going to ditto this. I'm just kidding. First of all, William, I want to thank you. I thank God, for sure. And I thank you for teaching me how to be a better parent, better father. So, sincerely, thank you for that. I have notes, because I have a lot of points. Y'all just hang tight. I want to encourage you. For a moment, I'm just going to talk to William, but then I'm going to talk to both of you. I want to encourage you because I'm proud of the man you've become. I've seen God work in your life in such a way that He took the running, all in, going at everything boy to rein him in and teach him how to be patient, how to be quiet, how to be still, how to listen, how to have the eyes on the things that God is trying to show him. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud for the progress that God has made in you. How about I put it that way? Now I want to challenge you. I like the word encourage, but I'm kind of more of a challenge kind of guy. So I want to challenge you. We as husbands are to love our wives as Christ loved the church. That is an unbelievably high bar. It means, just as it says, as he gave himself for her. You are to give yourself for her. Everything of yourself. You both should know that 100% of you and everything you have is now hers. And 100% of you and everything you have is now his. And that's the only way it works. It can't work if you hold on to what you've got. You can't hold on if you hold on to what you've got. It has to be open-handed, open-armed, mixing and loving each other. Another high bar. I'm just going to read it. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy. It does not boast. Lots of mornings we rehearse it. It is not arrogant. It is not rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but it rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things. It believes all things. It hopes all things and endures all things. That's an incredibly high bar again. When you look at each other, for your marriage to work and to show forth Christ, to be as Christ, love is all of those things. For both of you, it only works, like I was saying, William, if you make it, we're going to make it all about God, but individually, make it all about her. Her first. Esther, make it all about him first. So here's a little thing that Tracy and I have done for years and years. I want to challenge you with this. You know that little verse that says, do not let the sun go down on your anger? I don't know that you can interpret it this way. I'm not a linguist, just a Bible guy. But we took that in our marriage. And at the end of every day, one of us, if there was a fuss or a fight or an argument or just a little, miff, one of us had to be the one to touch the other on the shoulder and say, can we talk about this? Before our head hit the pillow every single day. And after a while, you really get tired of doing that and you stop fighting. And so it kind of works. It works itself out naturally because you just don't want to do that. But I want to encourage you and challenge you because it's hard. There are going to be times where you disagree and you have arguments and you don't show the love that we just talked about with all those great and wonderful things. One of you has to have the courage to touch the other on the shoulder, even if you've already gotten in bed. You know something didn't go right that day. You touch them on the shoulder and just say, can we talk it through? And many of the times, tears immediately flow. And it's like, I don't want to do this. The lights are off. I'm in bed. I'm comfortable. I'm about to go to sleep. But you have to force yourself to do it. I have a friend of mine who says, when you go to bed at night, touch toes. Because you can't touch toes when you're mad. You can't play footsie when you're mad. Because one sticks his toe out, I say his, and the other one goes, right? Doesn't work. Touch toes. Make sure, don't let the sun go down on your anger. I'm going to leave it with this. William, I've already mentioned a little bit. Be a servant leader. You are the leader. Be a servant leader. There's a lot of different kind of leaders. You can demand, you can fuss, you can yell, you can get in the car and say, we're going. But not going to get too far. Be a servant leader. Be the one who comes from underneath and serves so that she loves to follow your lead. You're just serving. You're focused on serving. You're not trying any angle. But the more you serve, the more she loves to let you lead. I'll leave it at that. We love you both. And I pray God's blessing on your marriage. I only hope that you have as beautiful a marriage as your mom and I do.
Okay, so for those of you who know me, my name is Katie Hinkle Latour. Esther and I met, 2 years ago, almost 2 years, and we bonded very quickly over our mutual work in an eye doctor's office. Different eye doctors, different jobs, but we decided that we are writing a sitcom of all the things that happen in doctors' offices, especially eye doctors. It's coming.
Netflix series.
Definitely. Nobody will want to watch it, I promise you not. It's going to be that bad. But thank you for letting me share this day with you guys. And can't tell you how many phone calls that Esther and I have had. Oh my gosh, guess what? This has happened. About William and just the joy of watching that kind of go back and forth and the way the Lord is working both of you guys' lives. My husband and I started dating around the same time y'all did. Got engaged not too far apart. And we would have been married months apart, but we eloped first, so we win. So I'm so excited to see all of where this will lead you guys. All the fun you guys are going to have. All the phone calls I expect to get. We'll be here. It's going to be a party. You guys made me go after both dads, so thank you very much. I intended to recite the full Princess Diaries. They didn't happen. But cheers, guys. Cheers.
Can I get a whoop whoop? Thank you. Appreciate that. On behalf of my wife and I, we want to, got that. First off, we want to thank all family for being here. Family, if you're here still, hopefully, raise your hand. Kathleen, you too. There you go. You too. Yeah. Well, I want to thank y'all on my side, and of course Esther's family as well, and then friends of both sides. Thank y'all for being here. Glad y'all guys made it. Awesome. Yeah. So just a brief version of what happened this weekend before all these things commenced. So I was driving over from Maryland to Indianapolis to over here. And we had, I was driving Esther's car. It had broken down in Indianapolis. You can ask me about that later. I'll give you more details. But there's nothing that was going to stop me from coming here and getting married to my wife, Esther Atkinson. Not even a broken down car. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Esther Thompson. I'm not used to that one. I'm not used to that one. Give it a week. Give it a week. And doing all the paperwork and changing the name and all that good stuff. But yeah, we'll keep it real sweet and simple and to the point. Esther, you are the love of my life. You are sunshine on a cloudy day. You are rain in the middle of a drought. And I cannot wait to spend the rest of this life
with you. And in case y'all didn't know, about a weekend of dating, I mean, we were ready for this. You know, we were like, hey, is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay, great. And then, of course, life, happened. But I'm so excited to spend this life with you. If you will, raise your glass to Esther Thompson and William Thompson. That's me. And cheers. Cheers. Thank y'all for being here.